So welcome to another edition of the Hills of Stanley Park or Stanley Park Hills. This is it, folks. This is the grand finale. This is the most difficult hill to climb on your mountain bike in Stanley Park. Guaranteed. We've searched high and low. This is the one that we found, I think, earlier on this year is when we discovered this hill. There's many facets to this hill that make it so difficult. First of all, this first pitch that we're walking through here is very steep. So once you get out, you're bagged, and then it's a zigzag. I call this path a stairway to heaven. What adds to the difficulty is the technical aspect. As you can see, there's roots, there's rocks, there's gullies, there's all kinds of stuff that's been added to the mix, so to speak. So let us start walking. As I said, this first section here is very difficult to gauge the steepness. You can tell a little bit like that, but when I spin around and show you what it looks like going down. It almost looks flat, and I guarantee you it is far from flat. This first little section here just bags you. It really burns you out. So there you go. So you're going to look around and just look at that perspective. Oh, that looks flat. Not flat. So this is the first zig. And as I said, when we first discovered this path earlier on this year, it wasn't in such bad shape. Then we had a torrential downpour, and it definitely made this path even more challenging than it was before. I rode up it probably about half a dozen times before the big washout, and then the big washout made it even worse. So, as I said, this is the most difficult path to navigate in Stanley Park. See, there's the rocks. And then we got another zig. And oddly enough, this is probably, I've met more people walking and up and down this path than any other path that I've discovered in Stanley Park. So you can tell there's some more roots, rocks. And see what you've got to do here. You've got to angle your bike on the left part. You've got to go on that little skinny ridge. You've got to go up. And then you've got to make a quick right here amongst all these roots and all this other crap. I usually go up right here. And then we're still going. You can see there's a little bit of a gully there by the side where the big torrential rains washed everything out. I've made it up this hill probably only 2 times. I've attempted it many times, and I see here we are. You can tell all the washouts. So you got to hang it left. You got to stick to left, and then you got to make a quick right. And there we've got more roots, we've got more rocks, and then you got to jump over to the right-hand side here, and you've got to follow that path over on the right-hand side. And then you're going to bang a left. So you can just tell there's a little bit of the gravity of the steepness that are climbing on the mountain bike. And there's another little gully. You've got to stay on your left. You go on the right, get in the gully there. Your pedals will get stuck. So after you're almost out there in this, this is a real leg burner and lung burner. As I said, this is the most difficult hill to climb in Stanley Park. I actually rode down it. I've rode it down a couple of times. The first time I came at it a little bit too quick, so there you go. It's not technically really a path. And then you get all the way here, and this is where I usually tap out and have a rest. And then we've got another part of this hill. In order to complete it, we've got to go up this steep paved section. I'm going to be honest here, I've never made it fully all the way up. I've made it up to the top a couple of times there and stopped because I'm extremely bagged. I've never done the full circuit. It's very difficult. And part of the problem is you've got to probably ride about 5 kilometers to get to this spot. And there's some hills and all the other gradients going up. You're basically starting down at Let's see. Where is it? Down by the not the totem poles. Yeah, I would say down by the totem poles where you start going up, and then there's a little bit up and then down, and then there's when you go down by the lumberman's arch. That's where the degree of steepness comes in. So that is it. The most difficult hill to climb in Stanley Park. I call it the Stairway to Heaven. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's a solid 10. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you next time.